Okay, we're gonna be tougher on you in this judging because you're going to nationals, right? You guys are already state champions?
Yes, sir.
All right, because, the national judges are prone to rip everybody apart, even the team that wins the thing, they get ripped apart. We're not gonna rip you apart, but there's some room still for some improvement.
Yes.
Overall, though, you guys made a lot of changes, a lot of subtle changes from the state contest.
This tastes a lot better
Yeah.
than when we had it. This one here, I still got some problems with the thickness of the duck breast and the fat. It's not rendered.
Can you tell us, who cooked the duck?
I did.
Tell us your process right from the beginning to end.
So we cut it off with the carcass and then we score it and take the excess fat off of the edges. And then we put it in the smoker with this,
After seasoning it.
after seasoning it. And then we put the wood chips underneath the platform.
Yep.
And then we smoke it for 15 minutes
And then,
on around like medium high.
okay, and then it goes from the smoker right to the plate?
No, then we let it rest on a rack so
Okay.
that the extra blood comes out.
So here's the issue with that duck. You still have a ton of fat on here. So
They're gonna nail you
This
so
fat. So
hard.
you guys gotta figure out a way to get that fat out of there. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but one of the ways you can start with is with salt. So you can salt that duck pretty heavily. So I noticed you guys were like, just a little tiny bit of salt, pepper. You can really put the salt to it. You could use an oil brine. Okay, so oil will suck out oil, so you could put oil on it, and then when you smoke it, more of the fat will come out. But I don't know, we kind of all agree that it needs to hit a pan
Hit
at
a
some
pan,
point.
get it into a hot pan.
Yeah.
So your temp, you want to keep, that's going to be a little fluctuation with your temperature because you're going to be kind of cooking a little bit, but.
Don't flip it, don't flip it, just leave it on the fat side.
Just the fat side, and it will render that down and
Without
get a nice
cooking
little
that.
crust to it.
So this is delicious, but it's a little bit like eating an inner tube, and that's gonna kill you at nationals. You don't wanna have that happen, right? Because you got a lot of nice flavors there.
Thank you.
All right, somebody talk about the sauce.
Oh, you had a gastrique, correct?
Yeah.
Generally, when we're thinking about the gastrique, it's going to be pulled down and it's going to be a little bit tighter.
Yes.
So it's something we can actually paint with, and you see, this was more of just a basic sauce that hadn't been reduced down far enough.
Yes, sir.
So that's something to, and that's a simple one to change, just to bring it down a little bit.
On your plate here, you can see like your risotto, which has nice flavors, but it didn't get cooked down enough. So you didn't work that risotto enough to bring out the starches off the outside of the rice. And so you can see here, you've got this kind of saucy gastrique, which is very liquidy, and the saucy extra broth from the risotto. So when you're cooking that risotto, at the end, you're moving that around. You don't want it to be dry and stand up, but you don't want it to be having liquid run out of it either. And this gastrique's got to have its own character as well. So when they run into each other, it's almost like two dessert sauces that don't mix up. But this is undercooked and too loose, and this gastrique didn't come down to a gastrique consistency. So flavorful though. You guys
Yeah.
you made like huge strides. You guys got time to tighten that up. That's a game winner there. And then
That
what'd
was
you say
great
about the potatoes?
The sweet potatoes are a little undercooked.
Yeah.
I'd go back and
You
work
have
on
extra
this
taste
one.
them, but it just needs, they're a little crunchy.
It's delicious. The
You got
smoke in it is
The
so
smoke
nice.
is perfect.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Sometimes you can have those and, with a little of the hot smoking like that, it does absorb quickly. But this had a nice flavor throughout the breast slices that we had, and just a little too thick on the slices. If you had, whatever you do, you want to get another 3 or 4 slices perhaps, just a nice thin, perfect little
Because it's
slice,
chewy.
little fan to it. It's a little chewy because also the fat wasn't rendered, so you had that little gelatinous part on the top.
So if I can make a recommendation on that, you guys are smoking it, and then you said you're resting it.
Yes.
I would take it out of the smoker, and instead of resting it, I would put it skin side down in a dry saute pan
Yes.
on a medium heat and just let it go, and then 2 minutes before you're gonna plate, take it out of that pan and just turn it up so that skin's never down again. And the air, just being in the air, it'll crisp up even more and you'll have half as much fat.
All right, thank you.
That's a very good dish. It
It's a
really
really
is.
good dish.
We kind of jumped right over this one. Really enjoyed this. That was a really tasty scallop.
Very thank you.
Yep, very tasty. It was seared well, but the quality of the scallop was excellent. Keep that in mind when you're selecting all your products. Not all scallops are the same. That was a beautiful scallop.
You
It was
guys
a nice
elevated
change
that.
from the pomegranate to the
Yeah.
peach. That was
Thank you.
really much
Yeah.
better.
I'm not a big molecular gastronomy guy, but I actually really like the peach in that I wrote that really added something to that, where I didn't think that in your last effort, I couldn't care less that was on there, but that was really nice.
Thank you, Chef.
You don't have the chemicals in your kitchen, Chef?
I don't have those chemicals in the kitchen.
I mean, yeah.
No tweezers on. can I tell you?
It's food, right? It's not- yeah.
The dessert was really good. I think we all agreed that it was nice. It was nice to have a little bit of sweetness in there from last time I tried this dish. But we all agreed that for competition-wise at a national level, it's a little simple. We hate to do this to you now, but if there was some other component you could add to it, if you have time for that, then you might want to think about it.
Any suggestions, Chef?
I don't know. We were talking about maybe some kind of Sauvignon with a more subtle flavored wine. I wouldn't just use like white wine or sweet wine. You know, I wouldn't go throw it in there. I would grab something that's a subtler flavor, not a strong alcohol. Maybe it would show technique, it would show skill, and it would just add something. I mean, Sauvignon you do traditionally with berries anyways, and it would be nice with crisp and all that.
What I'd say about that is that Pizzalia it's dry, it's delicious, it's
It is
cooked
good.
perfectly, did a really nice job, but it's just begging to have some wet, like a warm Sauvignon or Zabaglione or something like that. It's just begging to have that, because, you know, whipped cream is kind of dry in a way, if you know what I mean? It's not like a super wet sauce. The thing is, you executed that really
It's
well.
delicious. I mean,
The
I
little
could eat
sugar
that all
curl,
day.
the way you did the
We like
fruit,
it.
it
Just
just
one more step. It's
just
elevated.
how's your time? Do you have enough time to? So you have enough time. So I think a warm sauce, egg maybe. What did you say? You were talking about delicious like Gewürztraminer
Oh yeah,
sauce. Something like that.
so when I got my first pastry chef job, I made a dessert just like this. We used to have a dessert tray, and I made dessert just like this. It was pizzelli, it was berries, it was whipped cream, and I actually in the whipped cream I put a little bit of Gewürztraminer, and you're not old enough to know this, but you want to use a wine that you like to drink. You don't want to use any of the cooking wines. You know, but you don't want to use the cheap stuff off the bottom of the shelf. So. They used to not be allowed to use alcohol though. That's the only
I
thing.
think that was only because it was Disney that winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, so that's the kind of thing. Like you don't want to use the rock gut stuff. So anything that's really pretty and florally, but not over the top. So that's why I wouldn't tell you to use like, you know, you don't want to use any of the other florally stuff that's out there. But you know, but some other way to make it more complex. And you know, there's a sky's the limit. But I just thought of that Sauvignon because it's good with berries, but it's quick, and you can do it in a pan. You don't need an oven or anything like that. But-
So to sum up, this is a absolute winner. This dish is conceptually a winner. You need to work on the execution.
Yep.
And this dish is delicious. It's maybe you just need to elevate it one step up. But you guys are really doing great. I mean, you're really
Very
doing great.
impressed.
Yeah.
Really good job.
Super tight and clean and
Yep.
confident. How'd you feel time-wise? You guys are on pace? Anybody sweating at the last minute? I wasn't out on the show floor when you were
It was
finishing
pretty
up.
hot in there anyway, so.
Good. Can I tell you, National's gonna be like 20 degrees higher. It's gonna be
Great.
in where are we? North Carolina, South Carolina? Where?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. It's gonna be hotter. Yeah.
Yep.
Last year National was like 100 degrees in that room, so don't count on that being cooler. But
Specs on your neck.
so,
That's it.
you guys did an awesome job.
Great job. I'm very pleased.
Thank you, chefs.
All right.
Thank you.